Alright, I initially wanted to talk about Ethereum first and how much of a fucking scam it is, but I can't do that before telling you what Bitcoin is, because Ethereum has come into existence because of this thing called Bitcoin. Now, what is Bitcoin? To tell you what it is, let me first tell you about the premise, which has acted as the precursor to Bitcoin's existence. The idea is this: elements like gold are expensive because they are rare and difficult to acquire. They hold monetary value because it's not easy to get them. What if you created something electronically, something digital, which was hard to acquire? That might then also have value. Okay, that is the idea behind Bitcoin. So somebody wrote a program which would generate something called Bitcoin if you use your computer hardware to, mine it. And you mine Bitcoin by getting your computer to compute complex mathematical problems. Now, the program has been written in such a way that the more Bitcoin is mined, the more difficult it will be to mine it. Therefore, it becomes rarer and more valued. Okay, that's the idea behind it. And if you are a person of any reasonable intelligence, you know it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. Somebody has literally wrote a program to churn out this imaginary thing called a Bitcoin, and the idea is that it will have value because it's rare. Yeah, people are stupid. And so what's happened is that people started mining Bitcoin for the sake of mining Bitcoin. And at some point, people started saying, okay, you know what? I'll give you some US dollars for that. Okay, and that's how it begins. So Bitcoin is this imaginary thing, which is the result of a program written by someone or some people. A program which can be changed at any time, by the way. Bitcoin is imaginary currency, and the only reason it is worth something is because people are holding on to it, hoping that it grows in value so that they can sell it and make actual money. And of course, if you know anything about economics, you'll see a massive bubble coming here. And of course, those who created Bitcoin and are advertising it know this, but they want all that money. They want to cling on to it and hope it rises in value so that they can just exchange it for dollars. Look at this guy, for example, and look at the kind of comments he leaves. You see, you'll notice that whenever someone challenges Bitcoin or criticizes it, you have a horde of people that come to the comment section and start talking shit like, you don't understand the complex mathematics because you don't understand it. Like this fucking idiot who says, look, take a class in computer science. Bitcoin has nothing to do with computer science, you moron. It's economics. The method by which Bitcoin is mined is computer science and mathematics. But we're talking about the end result of that process and its economic implications, not the process itself. Anybody who tries to deflect your point in such a fashion without offering counter-arguments, and you realize that's what all these people do. None of them offer counter-arguments when they come to bash people in the comment section. None of them do. They're just like the SJWs and the anti-SJWs and Assetto Corsa fans, a bunch of retards who cannot actually justify their fanboyism. They lack the ability to argue with you from an intellectually fact-based and evidence-driven perspective. And looking across the internet, you'll find that the explanations for what Bitcoin is are all as cryptic as they can possibly be. Now, if you understand the English language, you'll easily be able to see that it's a bunch of nonsense. You cannot tell somebody that a shoe is a car, for example. A shoe and a car are two different things. But if you were to say it in a way which wasn't quite so clear, someone who would know there's something not right with what you said might not have the confidence to just call you out on your bullshit. So you see, the idea behind Bitcoin is that it is rare, so it has value. But of course, unlike something like gold, which has practical and economic applications, for example, the making of jewelry, which you can wear and use to attribute to your self-esteem, or its inclusion in certain electronic components. This is why gold and silver are worth something, because you can actually do things with them. A Bitcoin is worth fuck all because you can't do anything with it. And the only people who have Bitcoin and who are proponents of Bitcoin are people who cling on to it, hoping for it to rise in value so that they can sell it for actual money. So I've told you what Bitcoin is. Now let's talk about Ethereum and how much of a scam it is, just as Bitcoin is.